Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's make it public. You guys see no virtual background tonight, right? Hi, home working. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's try to make it public. Let's try to make it public. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's try to make it public. I don't think it's gonna go, but we're gonna try. It's not gonna go. But it is what it is. People know how to find me on my personal pages. So let's go to Instagram and let's make it live. Yeah. Let's go live. Yes. There we go. So good evening. How are you doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy, even from the 767. Whitey Kubali, the Commonwealth of Dominica. You call me Luku Boy from La Pointe, Point Michelle. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, the South sustains me. How are you doing tonight? What I'm going to try to do is to try to get this thing off of, try to get it off of my, YouTube and put it on my page and see if that'll work. Maybe people will watch Bardui Financial Services. All right, so maybe people will come on. Let's take a look and see what we have going on. There it is. It's kind of live right now. All right, I can see myself. So let's try to go in there and share it. Copy the link. Put it on my page. Hold on. Let them know that I am live. And hopefully somebody will see it and say, you know what? He's live. I'm going to say, I am live. I am live now. So click the link. Yes. Let's see. Tuesdays with Terrence. Tuesdays with Terrence. All right, let's go. Let's post it. So let's see who else is coming in. We're waiting for people to come in. I think I see someone in already. Who do I see in? Alvin Varsar in the house. Welcome, young man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. We'll see how that goes, and hopefully it'll work. All right. So, good evening, beautiful people. How everyone's doing well. I'm trying to actually figure out something here, guys, and one day I'll be a master of it. But lately, we've been having some difficulties here, and I'm just going with what we have. Let's see. There we go. So good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Little Boy. Even from the 767, you call me Luku Boy. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me, man. How's everybody doing? Let me tell people I am live. Let's get it on there. And hopefully people will tune in. I am live now. Yeah. So, Alvin, how are you? You doing well? And everybody else who's tuning in, hopefully, let's see if there's anybody on Instagram. I can give them a shout out. I see Jala Pues Sakafet. Choicy Walagasa Sakafet. Bonsoir. Hope everyone's doing well. As I I've been feeling this song. Before I play my theme song, I've been feeling this song. This is the one. Let me play it for you guys. Let me see if I can get it. You remember? Choice. You remember this, man? Hold on. You remember this one? Yeah. Get the guitar out. Oh. Yes.
She loves me now. I must admit to feel the
Yes.
same.
Let's get it here.
Early in the morning, decided to get my favorite.
All right. All right. Let's start it over.
Decided
Let's
to
start it
read.
over. Let's start it over. You know, I think that's the key. Yes. Take off my big old ring here. Strum around for you guys a little bit before I play my theme song. For those of you who are watching, Peach Goodwill, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Do a little Barris. She loves me now, man. I don't know. I'm trying to get myself in a good mood. Okay, there we go. There we go. You all ready for a little Barris? Start it over. Ah.
She loves me
She
now.
loves me now.
That just
Yes.
feeling I can't complain. Oh, she loves me now. I must admit to feel the same thing. Listen, early in the morning, decided to get my favorite and decided to read it before I say. You might not remember me, but I wanna dance with you. Ever since the night we met, I must tell you true. You danced into my life, overran my life. I've been dreaming about getting so long. And I just want us now to get closer. That just feels like a complaint. Oh, she loves me now. And I must admit,
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I need to stop. I need to stop, man. How you all doing? Yeah, before Facebook block it. How are you guys doing? I was strumming a little Barris. She loves me now. I don't know. I heard a version of it. Um, a young lady who was on a cruise ship, and let me see if I can find. This is the version. It was a very small clip of it, and I got excited about that song, so I learned some of the chords. All right, I learned some of those chords, and I was like strumming it. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. And it went a little something like this. Do I have it here? Oh, no, 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 no. It ain't here. It ain't here. Let's see. Let's see who I got it on. Let's see who I got it on. Right here. Yes. Is that it? No, man. Where did I send it? Shame on me. I didn't send it. Where did I send it, man? Let's see. Did I send it there? Oh, man. I can't even find where I sent that bad boy. Shame on me. Uh, did I send it there? Ah! I can't find it. Can you guys believe that, man? Can you guys believe that? I can't find where. And I was trying to see if I could find the people I sent it to. Was it here? Nah. Was it here? Nah. Who did I send it to? I sent it from my other page, though. But I wish you guys could have heard this young lady singing this song. She did a great job. But anyways, welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a great week. Let's play our theme song to start the show to get you in. Hope everyone's doing well. Get it right here. Get my theme song playing. I'm not gonna strum along tonight. I don't think I am. But here you go. Let's keep it going. Yes.
Dominic made me. That's where it all breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A license fighting for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. It's hustle and grind, city lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. Yeah, yeah. A licensed financial pro. Yes. Ready for. Let me raise my chair. Yeah. Now the South sustains me with its embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed finance being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side.
Well, that was my theme song. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's. Was it, my sister just sent me. What did she send me? Okay. Oh yeah, she's on there. I think she's on there. Let me say hi to her. I think she is. I'm gonna say hello. Let me say hello. Uh, I'm gonna say you on. Let's see. Uh, Good evening, Miss June Bar Anselm. You hope you're doing well. Everyone's doing well. Let's take a quick look and see how markets did today. Let's see what happened in markets today. Oh, she's on. I'm giving her a shout out. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. You know, you can go to Badui Financial Services too on Facebook. You know, Miss Badui. It says, the Dow Jones was down 165.60. The Nasdaq, the Nasdaq was up 5.5 and the S&P was down 4.46. People were a little down. There's some people watching on different platforms, you know, and they might say hello, they might not, but it's okay. Hope everyone's doing well. But this is the song I was trying to tell you guys that I heard a version of this thing. Let me turn this down, this volume down. And it was actually great, man. I was blasting this song here yesterday. And I'm trying to see if I can find out the people I sent it to. Who did I send it to? No, it ain't that, man. It ain't that. But I play it without the speakers. And this is what it sounded like, right? This is what it sounded like. This young lady, I guess they work on a cruise ship, right? And they were in a little barrels. Listen, it goes a little like this. I just I just like how she sings. She sings very strong for me to go learn the chords. I was jamming on that song for a little bit. But anyways, for all of those of you who are tuning in to Tuesdays with Terrence, welcome, welcome, Alvin Varsar and everybody else. I hope you're doing well there, Mr. Choice Spot, and everybody else. Gamal Alexander is watching. Uh, he's a great man, husband, and preacher from the Potomac Conference. I hope you're doing okay after last weekend with the GC, man. Hope you do well. Say welcome to everyone who's watching. I like playing that song. I was strumming along with it a little while ago, just before I start talking about financial literacy for the last 6 months of the year. But this past weekend was the Fourth of July weekend. Multiple things happened for me personally. It was Fourth of July weekend. Obviously, some people call it 15 days after Juneteenth. Nice Juneteenth, and I'm very proud to be, of African descent. Although I'm originally from the Caribbean, but I do understand for African Americans how big of a thing it is. But July 4th is actually Independence Day here, and that happened over the weekend. Some people had a long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But personally, in my church, we installed a new what you call new president of the Seventh Adventist Church General Conference, like the head. A few weeks ago, or maybe a month or two ago, they had a new pope. That was a big thing for the Catholic Church. But for us, every 5 years, we have a convocation. It's called a GC, a General Conference. And then basically what happens is they select new officers or they re-elect officers. And it's a big thing for our church. However, for me, now that I'm older, I don't pay much attention to it at all. When I was younger, I don't really need to go because I have my own opinions, but that's neither here nor there. But prayer is what's needed for the church, and we're going to do that. But, anyways, how is everyone doing, man? How's your week going so far? How's your week? How's your mental health? You know, you ready to jump off a bridge? Are you? Um, the market's a little down. The big beautiful bill passed last signed into law. I think it takes effect November next year, I think, or whenever it takes into effect. So those are the things that's happening in our world. However, it doesn't change the fact that financial literacy is a key in each of our lives. Each and every one of us. What baffles me is how many people who have children and they talk about how much they love their children. They post the pictures of their children. I'm talking about minors now, adults, because should be responsible for themselves, and they don't protect them. Now they say, "Well, I protect them on my job," but it doesn't matter where your job is. That can change, and if it does change, you want to make sure that you are. You want to make sure that you are. What's the word? Doing the right thing. All right. You always want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So it looks like it's frozen. Why is it frozen, man? But I hope my let's see. I hope not. I hope not. But it looks kind of frozen. But anyways, it blows my mind of how many people don't insure their children or their grandchildren, or show them how to start um, protecting what they have or protecting their insurability. A lot of people forget about that, and because they do, it becomes uh, I literally know people terrible for health reasons. It's a bunch of reasons why they are, but there's a way to stop that. You can actually do that when your child is 2 weeks old. When your child is 2 weeks old, you can insure them and make sure that their insurability is continued beyond, um, you know, two. So, for example, when they get older and they start working and life happens and they buy a house or they have a baby or they hit a certain age group, they'll be able to get additional insurance without showing proof of insurability. Lately, I've been talking about people who get lump sums of money and what to do with it. Um, I've always said if you're not allowing me to help you with $25 and $50 a month, you're not going to allow me to help you with 50 or 100,000 or 200,000. You're not going to. And I'm not upset when people do or say that because it's their right. People have the right to select who they want to as an advisor. And, although I think I'm the best, but people have to make their own decisions. So I've always said, and I'm trying to pull up Tuesdays with Terrence right now. Oh, there it is. I just saw it. Um, I try to always say that if let me go say hello on YouTube. And hello all, and good evening. Make sure people are seeing it. All right, let's see. So it's on YouTube. All right. So as I was saying, it's important. It's very, very important that people, uh, if they're not going to allow you to help them with $25 or 50 or 100, they're not. Someone told me one time when they get a settlement, they'll call me. I was like, and I've known that person almost 50 years now, and I wasn't insulted. I was just like, but what about the 25? I'll take the $25 now to help you till you make that big money, right? But the key is this, folks, making sure that you're planning for your future. Financially, you may own a home, you may have bank accounts, investments, 401ks, 403bs, 457s, and some of you, your homes are worth more than $75,000. Almost all of you who are watching, you should be, you should have a trust, to make sure that everything is protected. And I always even teach people life insurance is a poor man's trust. You're like, what do you mean by that? Like today, I was helping a gentleman out of Baltimore, and I remember he was talking to his brother-in-law who gave me the referral, and he was saying he went to the bank and he found out there's no TOD. Do you guys know what TOD means? TOD means transfer on death. So if you die and there's not a TOD on your account, all right, and it's not a joint account, um, there there may be some difficulties. You may have to go through probate, right? So that means if you die, all they got to do is show the birth certificate, sorry, the death certificate to the bank, and then you get the funds. But I'm talking about for people who own homes and businesses and have investments, and you all have several $100,000, whether it's in a home or wherever. You need to start thinking about protecting the legacy. Right now, I'm dealing with someone right now who his father passed last year, and their and so forth. However, what you also don't realize is that even though the house is hers, she's the only child. You have to take care of the capital gains if you sell the house, because most people already living somewhere. They may not need the house, so they have to the realized gains. They have to pay taxes on that. So I think it's important, folks, that as you build wealth, that you change your mindset, your mentality, on how you structure. Now, if you don't have anything, you don't need to worry because you don't have anything to protect. But the wealthy or those who have assets, they need to protect it. And are you doing that? And if you're not doing it, why not? Why aren't you doing it? Is there a reason you're not doing it? Is it because you don't know how to, or you don't want to? My sister's texting me, laugh out loud. She meant to send it to her friend. Okay, okay, okay. Well, again, good evening, sis. Some of you have assets, man. And because you have assets, you need to protect it. You need to protect those assets. If you don't, what'll happen? You might have to go through probate. You don't want to do that. All right? You don't want to do that because if you do that, what'll happen here? The county or the state or the city is going to get some of the assets that's supposed to go to your children or whomever your heirs are. So learn some of these. Now, today I was watching. Today I was watching the president of American Classic Agency talk about the old kind and the new kind. I've spoken to a lot of people who told me, "Yeah, I got life insurance," and I'm like, "You do?" But sometimes what I don't want to tell them is, "Do you have the old kind or the new kind?" And they're like, "What's the old kind and the new kind?" Well, the old kind is the the one without any living benefits, and the new kind is the kind to be one that you had that's just a term policy. It builds no cash value. Um, I was talking to someone, excuse me, earlier this year or late last year who needed my help, and they've always told me they had life insurance. And when I checked, they had term. They had a term policy they got about 30 years ago or 20 years ago. So a lot of people fail to plan. So when you fail to plan, you didn't plan to fail. You just failed to plan. And some people don't know what to do or who to talk to or what they or where to go. And for those of you who actually listen to me, I've been giving you advice for a while. There are some people who don't take it. There are some people who've taken it and then reneged on it. There's some people who are too proud to take it, too proud to even ask for my help. There are some people who think they know everything. One of my greatest strengths is that I know what I don't know. I know what I don't know. And what I don't know, I don't try to be an expert on it. I don't try to be an expert on something that I don't know because then I look foolish. So, what I try to do, I try to explain and educate, pontificate, you know, to teach you how to eradicate certain things like debt. I try to teach you how to um, have for a rainy day. Um, I know there's some people that I've spoken to in the past who actually was insulted with my advice, and some of those same people, like I know now they want to ask me for advice, but they won't because they pride. Pride is what does the Bible say? What comes before a fall is pride, right? But I know when I don't know, I'm seeking counsel. I'm seeking counsel. So tonight, if you have life insurance without living benefits, you need to upgrade or add to. If you have living benefits, you need to review it, have it reviewed, make sure you have everything that you need. Um, there's people watching right now that I know for a fact who has some protection. I'm very proud of them. I helped them secure that, and I'm very proud of them for that. And there's some people I don't have. And sometimes they may be afraid to ask or afraid to say something, or they're afraid to let me know that they don't know what they know. And it's sad, but as they say in France, c'est la vie, mon ami. That's life. That's life, my friend. That's life. That's life. That's life, my friend. So tonight, what if I can show you a quick way to get some coverage for critical illness? I'm not talking about you're uninsurable because you got this, that, and whatever. No, we're talking about a, a question that'll ask you, Have you ever been diagnosed with cancer? And if the answer is no, we can get you some coverage for that. I just found out a friend of mine. I was trying to help them with something. I just found out they were diagnosed with lupus. Um, that's a critical illness. People live with it all the time. People die from it as well. But how many of us watching tonight know somebody who's been diagnosed with a critical illness? How many of us? I know a lot of people, and I'm trying to, I'm starting to find out um, other people. Like, we were at church on Saturday, and the young lady who sang talked about both of her sisters are cancer survivors. I'm like, wow. Do you guys have a critical illness policy? And those are people who know what I do. I'm not picking on them. I'm just making a point. It would break my heart that something happens to and they don't put that in place. Actually, um, there's someone watching right now I know who has a critical illness policy, and there are some people who don't have it, and I talk about it all the time. And sometimes people don't inquire, or they're scared to inquire about it. I don't know, pride. But what if you're diagnosed with a critical illness like cancer, and you can get a lump sum of money like 10,000 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, while you're going through your stuff, maybe you can't work, or you need exploratory, what's the word, help. What if there was a way to do that? You think that should be in your portfolio? It specifically asks you about cancer, not everything else that you have. I'm not worried about all the other things. Cancer. If you never had cancer, you can qualify. So why don't you have a plan like that with me? Why don't you? Because it's me. A wise person once told me, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And then I heard the president of our agency said, as Mr. Anthony Stewart said today, I saw a video. He said, you know, if you're hanging around people with a scarcity mindset, that's where you're heading. You got to position yourself around people who are progressives, want to teach you, help you, motivate you, lift you up. You can't be around people all the time that bring you down. I'm going to make there's someone watching tonight who sent me a text. I'm seeing people are watching on Instagram, people are watching on Facebook, uh, people are watching on. Let me just check my LinkedIn to make sure it's on tonight. Let me make sure my LinkedIn is on. Let's go home and check. Bardui. Let's make sure I'm live on LinkedIn right now. Yes, I am. I'm live on LinkedIn right now. Um, so the point is, someone sent me their credit report, a copy of their credit report, and their credit report is now excellent. They're in the 760s now. And back then, when I gave them some advice a couple years ago on what to do, I said, you can do it. And, they started taking my advice. Their credit was poor, fair. Now it's every time they send it to me, I always say, so proud of you. Then they want to give me accolades. And I'm like, no, I mean, I just told you what to do. You're the one doing it, so keep up the good work. You took advice. All your friends can't be just people who are seeking something from you all the time. People got to give you stuff. Sometimes the stuff that you give, it may not be monetary, but it's something that can help you monetarily get better. And that's what I do. If some people, they're not intimidated of me. They just don't want my help because it's me. That's what I believe. And the ones who do want my help, they look at me as this great financial person. And I'm not. I'm just a financial person, a licensed financial pro. That's what I am. But I give you information that I know that can help you. But you got to do something for yourself. You got it. You got to take it up a notch. Credit, you got to get it up. This is what I believe. I believe if you have guaranteed income coming in, guaranteed. You know what guaranteed means? That every 2 weeks you get a guaranteed check for the same amount or more, maybe there's overtime, right? Either every week or every bi-weekly or every month. You got to think about progression. You got to think about doing better. How can I do this better? What is it that I got to do to make it better? You know, there's something you got to figure out how to do that. And I don't know how to tell you. Um, it's not rocket science. You gotta want to do better for yourself. Celebrate your accomplishments. Be proud of yourself because you did it. There's some people I see all the time. They post about self love, self care. How do I get self care and self love and all that stuff? They talk about that all the time, right? Well, you know, because they do. What about when you do something professional for yourself? You've gotten your credit score up, or you're saving, or you're getting life insurance to protect you or your family, or you're using it to eliminate debt or create wealth, whatever it is, maybe down the road. Because the funny thing, people think life insurance is something for people who are going to die. We don't even think. We think about for those who are going to live. Think about those who are going to live, and those who are going to live are your children, could be your spouse, who actually um, depend on your income. So if something happens to you, will they be okay, or vice versa, or vice versa? Will you be able to? Folks, it's not rocket science. I've been saying this for years now and online for over 5 years now. Put a plan in place. Our economy is kind of shot right now, but I still see people traveling. I just saw one of my classmates in Europe. I seen people all over South America, Central America, the Caribbean, Europe, Canada. People traveling, Hawaii. People traveling everywhere. That's good. Good. You work hard, take a trip. But make sure you secure that bag. Make sure you secure it. Have you done that? Will you continue to do that? I saw something. Let me see if I posted. Let not posted it, right? I saw something that someone posted, and this is what it said. Try to put it up for you. Uh, 10 reasons to own life insurance. One, protect your loved ones. Two, financial reassurance. You know, something happens, finances still there. Cover end of life expense, mausoleum or grand finale. But you know how many times you see GoFundMe's or people are asking for contributions? You can retire debt. That means eliminate debt. Personal accumulation. You can build cash value. Protect your business. That means if you have a business, right, and you have a business partner, and there's life insurance on them and life insurance on you. So if you die, it goes to you so you can sustain the business. It's called a buy sell agreement. Keyman insurance, we call it. Pay for college. Some of you have young children. You know, it would have been nice if you were doing that and you'd have monies there that you can use for different things, a car, a computer, help with tuition. Cash value accumulation. Cash is king, right? They say credit is queen, but cash is king. Estate planning. Estate planning. When we all go away, there's estate taxes. Where is your family going to get the money to? But do like the wealthy do. And if you have a lot of assets, get a trust. Make the trust the owner. You are the insured, and the trust is the beneficiary. And there's someone's response and a successor trustee. And then someone dies, one of the insured dies. If all families did that, um, all the family would have monies to start businesses. But a lot of families can't do that because they're not in one accord. They're all torn up over foolishness too. And some people say, well, I have family, but I've been burnt. We're not something you're going to get burnt from. It's something where the family's putting their resources into something that's going to benefit the family proportionately. Well, you don't want to do it with your brothers and sisters. Do it with your husband and your children, or your wife and your children, or you alone, you're a single parent, you and your children. It can be done. We don't know that. So I can honestly tell you there's a lot of people that I don't really talk to much anymore because they don't add any value. Now you're like, what do you mean by that? They're not bad people, but they don't add any value. And as you get older, you need to change either your standards or be your friend. And that's different. Rain or fall, night or day, come see, come sa. Whatever happens, you're always gonna be friends, right? But there's some people they don't add anything of value to you. Why are you still hanging out with those people? Because if you told them, you know what, I have a friend, his name is Terrence, and he talks about financial literacy. Let's watch his show. Ain't nobody gonna watch vulgarities and foolishness going on, drugs and alcohol going on. Just talking. Candid conversations with people. People don't want to see that. People don't want to hear that. So that's why sometimes when people text me, I pretend like I didn't see it or I didn't hear it. That's what I do because I've been trying to tell you simple ways of doing things. And all of my clients have a job. Some of them are entrepreneurs. That's not a job. It's like you own the business. But most of them have a job. They work for somebody. And because they work for somebody, they have to, what's the word? Because they work for somebody, they have to, I don't know how to say it nicely, save the money that they earn. So why don't you save some of it in something that can benefit you and your family? Man, the older I get, and now that I'm more in this industry, uh, I'm like, man, back in the day when I was younger, I mean, I did such foolishness. But I tell people it's not too late. People always think it's too late. It's not too late. I was just watching one of my friends' 401ks a little while ago, and I'm like, man, it's growing for them. But they're saving. Are you saving? Are you protecting what you have for your family, for your children, your husband, your wife, your children? If you are single, I'm going to give you some dating advice right now. Dating advice. If you're single, I was talking to a friend of mine today, one of my clients actually was single. If somebody wanted to date you, you're interested into a man or a woman, ask them if they have personal life insurance. Personal, not through the job, personal. And if they say no, ask them why not. And if they say I don't need it, they ain't the one for you. I'm serious. They're not. You might think I'm crazy. You're like, what kind of dating advice is that? If someone would not insure their most valuable asset, which is themselves, how could that person be a positive influence in your life? How? You might say, man, you're crazy, man. They're good looking, they can dance, they can do this, they can do that, all that. Yeah. We all get older. And as you get older, your values change. Your mindset, the way you at 20, 19 and 21 and 29 should not be the same thing that's valuable to you at 49 or 59. I will even say what was happening for you at 19 and 24 and 29, it should not be the same. Your goal shouldn't be the same at 39. It should change. It should change. And what you got to do is to make sure the people that you're surrounding you know, why don't you know what I would like to see? And it's not people who are in my industry because we do it already. I would like to see people who don't have life insurance start a insurance club. An insurance club. I'm actually going to post that. Start an insurance club. And people don't need to know how much you have or, but you all meet and you talk about the kinds of insurances that you have. Does yours have living benefits? It's like today, one of my colleagues called me and gave me a referral, and and to talk to someone about Medicare. You know, it was their brother-in-law, and after the guy says it's gonna be a long conversation. I said no, it's gonna be 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, I said to the guy, I said, "Well, I've given you the information. You're walking naked. What's gonna stop you from doing it today?" Wrote him the Medicare, couple it with a dental plan. Tomorrow, I'll help him with his drug plan. But my point I'm trying to make here is that he spoke to his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law called me, asked me something question, and he conferenced the guy in. We talked about it, and in 5 minutes he made a decision. Some people taking 5 years, 10 years. Well, for 10 years, man, I ain't ready yet. For 5, 6 years, we've been telling me they're gonna do something. Like, come on, man, who are you trying to fool? Nah, I'm not Bobo the fool. What I do know is that you BSing me and you BSing yourself. And you're not actually BSing me because I know you're BS. You BSing yourself. And you can continue to do that if you want to. That's your prerogative. Bobby Brown had a song like that. It's my prerogative. So before the end of this week, if you watch some of this, whoever you are, and you don't have a critical illness policy, call me. I was talking to someone on Sunday who usually watches Tuesdays with Terrence. They're not on tonight, they're at church. And I said to them, they were telling me about a biopsy they had on their breast. And they told me that it was negative. I said, good. I said, well, you need to have some kind of critical illness. You have some life insurance already, but let's get some critical illness. How much can you afford? $100. I said, well, you don't have to go that high, but get something. So we started working on something for them. We're in the process of getting it done. All we got to do is just set it up, fill out the application, and that's how it works. It's not rocket science, man. It's not trying to figure out the square root of pi or calculate the trajectory to how you get to space with NASA. That's hard stuff. This is ABCs and one, two, threes. You don't have any? Get some. How much can you afford? Boom, let's do it. I'm not going to talk to you something that you don't have. Why? If you go to a car dealership to buy a car and you have the credit and the money and the price is right, you're buying that car after you test drive it. You're buying it. And from the day you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. So you could do that for car insurance, you can do it for Louis Vuitton pocketbook, you can do it for glasses, you can do it, but you can't do it for life insurance. Come on, man. No, come on. You can give that crap to someone else, not to me. I don't think it takes longer than 15 minutes or half an hour to make a decision about life insurance. You may not understand everything about it, but you got to understand two things. If I die, my family's protected, but we don't want you to die. And if you live on illness, you are protected too because you get some funds. What's so hard about that? It's not calculus. It's not quantum physics. It's not. And if you're watching in your 7.5 minutes, it ain't the sanctuary service. You got to break down and understand. It's Jesus loves me, this I know. You know, Jesus is love. That's all it is. That's what life insurance is, man. It's love. And everybody needs it. Critical illness is love. I know so many people with chronic issues and critical issues and critical injuries and critical illnesses and chronic illnesses. I saw a guy post a picture the other day, a guy, who recently suffered a stroke and a heart attack, I think, in 6 months. That's somebody who called me a year or two ago. Oh, you sell insurance? I said, yeah. Every time I try to schedule an appointment, I got to meet my father. I got to meet my daughter. I got to do this. Guess what? Suffered a stroke. And then somebody sent me something. They're trying to raise funds. I'm like, nah. I talked to that dude. He didn't want. He was too busy. He was too. Folks, it's July. We got 6 months before a new year. What are we going to do differently in the last 6 months of the year that we didn't do in the first 6 months? We're going to review our insurances. We're going to get more if it's not adequate. We're going to get critical illness coverage, whether it's a standalone or through life insurance. If we have debt, we're gonna that clients that I need to reach out to, my some of my existing clients, and say to them, man, let's do more. There are some people who need to do conversions, and every time I reach out to them, it's like pulling teeth. I'm not upset at them, just frustrated with them. It's not that hard, but I love them though because they gave me their business. So the good thing is they're okay. If something happens, they're okay. Down the road. If something happens, then the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. So why are you waiting for it to be more expensive? Don't you want to pay the price that you can pay now? That's going to benefit you, huh? Why wouldn't you want to do that, huh? Why wouldn't you? So it's important here. As I go and I look at this, I say, you know what? Can't even make it public, and it's one of those things, folks. We should be able to. You don't have to go tell people how much you have, but it should be public knowledge that everybody who knows me have life insurance or critical illness or an annuity or did a rollover of their 401k or their pension plan with me. And I know some people don't want to do it with me because they know me. Listen, I have a whole bunch of introduce you to who will help you, and they won't tell me anything. It's none of my business. I don't want to know your business. I just want to make sure your business is right for the future. I just want to make sure your business is right. So tonight, which is what's today's date? The 8th, the ninth. What's today's date? The 8th of July. I'm challenging each and every one of you to change this month, a financial change. For some, it might be life insurance. For some, it might be an annuity. For some, it might be critical illness. Some might be long term care, disability. I don't know what it is, but the challenge is to do something different than what you've been doing. And it's not rocket science. I can help you. So, starting today, we're going to change how we look at insurance. We're going to change the coverage that we have. If it's not sufficient, we're going to add to it. And we're also going to make sure that our family is protected. You can do it. I can do it. The show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some parents, the Bardui, some people call me Little. You from Dominica, the 767 YT Kumuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. You're from Point Michelle, aka La Pointe. You call me Luku Boy. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. Folks, let's change the trajectory of what we're using insurance for in our life. We can use it to eliminate debt, to protect our income, and create legacies. And I'm willing to help you do that starting today. If you want to get in touch with me, you know how to do that. Do something. Reach out to me. And those of you who are hiding from me, you don't know need to. I'm not going to harass you. You told me you'll call me, call me. I'm not going to call you. When I call you and you're busy, it's okay. Make it a good evening and God bless you. Dominica made me bossy this.
Dominica made me. That's That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson, embrace my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I licensed financial pro. Just being me.
Just being me. Good night, everybody. God bless you. The last 6 months of the year, make a change financially.
So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty to Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride, side by side.
Have a good night. God bless you until next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you need my help, you know how to get in touch with me. DM me. I'm here. A licensed financial professional who can help you with income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. Also, I'll help you do your 401k rollovers, 403bs, 457 TSPs. You need my help? Hit me up. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Peace. I'm out. Hasta